Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning, me, here today to do Magi, the Labyrinth of Magic, chapter 233 review. Now, this chapter fairly simple, and I'm gonna try and keep this shit under like 10 minutes because I'm gonna go check out Guardians of the Galaxy around in a few hours. Well, in about an hour and a half. So basically, because I have stuff to do. I have a lot of videos to do before I actually go see the movie. Either way, that being said, this chapter of Magi, whoa, because there's so much evidence to the contrary when it pertains to who the fuck Kouen is. We start off this arc believing that Kouen is Sheba, because when Sheba's talking to Solomon, she has an aura of malice around her. And Kouen's staff is the same exact staff that Sheba has. But ever since this chapter, I got a few PMs, and people are saying that it's Arba. Because the end of the chapter, Arba appears to be the one who kickstarts this whole creation of Black Jinn and reinstating the Black Rook, Ilah's will upon the world. And she's just gone nuts. And you see her face. She's like, Father! Papa! Daddy! Fuck. So, I don't know. Because someone did make a good point where because Elder David's staff could be used by Solomon, this effectively means that the staff users can like interchange staves. So maybe Arba like kills Sheba, and then she takes Sheba's staff. And the reason why Sheba had an aura of malice around her when talking to Solomon beforehand when the arc first starts was because she was tired, given her position as Queen Regent. I don't know, man. I really want to believe that I was right in saying that Sheba is Kouen, but because there's so much evidence to the contrary, where not only in this chapter, and this is just this chapter alone. In previous chapters, there was also evidence that indicates that Sheba is not Kouen, or it is highly unlikely for her to be swayed by the Dark Rook, by the will of Ilah. But when you take a look at this chapter, specifically, again, at the end of the chapter, Arba is the one who just goes completely nuts. And mind you, it's very shocking because of the fact that Arba is the one who knew Solomon the most. She is the most seasoned among her peers, meaning that like she is the oldest and she has close ties to Solomon, and she knows him very well because of that reason. And she's the top. She's in the top 3. Yeah, she's in that top 3 bracket of the magicians, or she was. But now she's like, no, I'm going crazy. I'm gonna start creating Black Jinn. But at the same time, when you have Arba's fall, you have Sheba's rise. Sheba steals herself after she talks to Solomon in this chapter, and she finds out that Solomon, his body is there, and mentally he's there, kind of, but in spirit, in his will, he's not all there. Because, effectively speaking, he's everywhere. His will has taken over the Rook. So, the point here is that they're not too sure about whether or not this Solomon body is actually Solomon. It's Solomon, but it's not Solomon. And the point here is that what Sheba really wanted was to get married, have a family, raise their child together, but it looks like it's not going to be the case. And knowing that, Sheba, she decides to pretty much be the spokesperson, be the foundation of maintaining the current status of the world, maintaining the status that it is Solomon's will that will be the dominant force, as opposed to Ilah's will. Because effectively speaking, since you have two variations of Rook, Black Rook and White Rook, they're just two different paths of destiny. You have one that belongs to Ilah, where Ilah doesn't really care. No, Ilah definitely doesn't care. He definitely does not care about life. Life for him is just a means to an end, to achieve its goal, whatever its goal is. Which I think is Amatoram or whatever. Because Solomon achieves that, I think, in a way too, but not really. Where it's... But the main difference here is that, again, Ilah's will, life, it's expendable, it's just a flicker in the... it's just like a flicker in the grand scheme of space and time. But Solomon, he prioritizes life above all else. Because Solomon was once human, obviously. And, I mean, he still is kind of human, but he's more than that, duh. And he understands that life is quintessential. So, you have one who does not prioritize life, kill yourselves, murder, whatever, I don't care. Just make sure the goal is completed. And the other one, no, harmony, unity, peace, and we will achieve Amatoran through those means. So, effectively speaking, it's just two paths of destiny. And Sheba steals herself in the sake of Solomon. I should say, for the sake of Solomon. While Arba falls for the sake of father. So, that's probably why in the chapter, when you have Esau and the others, and it looks like they are pretty much going to have a fight with Sheba, because Sheba, she's standalone, one woman by herself. And Ugo, he just he's always in the back and shit, cowering. It's dude, what the fuck, Ugo? But you have Arba step in between them, and she's not now, let's go back. And then Esau, he's no, fuck that shit, we're staying here. And then they see her face. We don't see her face, but they see her face. And every magician that saw her face backed off. They're whoa. So I'm pretty sure that the face she gave them is the same face we saw at the end of this chapter. That real twisted, evil, I will cut open your stomach and I will rip your insides from your body kind of face. So, Arba at this point, not to be messed with. But Fallon knew from Jump Street that those three were special because they could utilize Rook outside of their bodies, while the majority of the while the rest of the magicians here can only utilize Rook inside of their bodies. And this brings them down a few pegs in power, obviously. So here, in this sense, they strive for equality, because that was the whole purpose of the revolution. But at the same time, when they get brought down, and when you put on top of that the fact that it was so sudden and they had lost a lot of loved ones due to Ella David's actions, it was too much. Basically, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. And what we have here is the original goal being, even though it's achieved, it's a goal that they want to achieve under certain circumstances. The magicians probably want to achieve this goal by having, I can't say by, but in a sense, they want to achieve the goal as well as keep their families and maintain their current power position. So effectively speaking, they would still be stronger than the other species because they can manipulate magic, or they could they could utilize vast quantities of Magoi. But now that they've been brought down and the other species have been brought back up, the thing here is that now they're what the no, now it's some bullshit. Now it's some bullshit. So, and plus, what Arba said, effectively speaking, they're still within the palms of destiny. It's just that the palms of destiny have changed from Ilah to Solomon. So now it's like, no. So Solomon takes the place of God? No, I got some arrogant shit. We're still under his whims. We're under his control. And that's the main, and that's also another key difference there. The key difference here is that Ilah effectively controlled those, while Solomon, he grants them more free will. So, but either way, the end result is a separation of powers where you have Sheba and Ugo versus everyone else. Really unfair. So, at least among the magicians. So, where the other species, where the other species fit into that, we'll see later on. So, overall, the chapter, it's a grand setup for the finale. That's very obvious, because now things are moving towards a destination. And it's a clear indication that we're reaching the end point with Arba. But the question being, who is Kouen? Again, it's up in the wind. I'm not too sure myself. Honestly, I want to say it's still Sheba, but after seeing this chapter end, again, there's so much evidence to the contrary, it's shocking. So I'm done. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, subscribe. The chapter rating, I'm going to give it a great, have a nice day. One last thing before I go, real quick. Bladau, as you can see here, yeah. And, hey, now listen. These are just two of the many prizes that I'm going to give away to those who won on Patreon.com. And I've already shipped over another PS4 to someone else. And then another person in the UK, the same person who won this, has gotten a few Vagabond Vizbigs. And that person is also getting more stuff. So basically, if you want the chance to win a lot of prizes when it pertains to anime and manga and figurines, or consoles such as PS4, Wii U, because I'm gonna start doing the Wii U as well, Xbox One, then you know the drill. Patreon.com, go.